Okay, so I'm going to be giving a demo on trigger point release work. What we're going to do right now is we're going to work with some points on the pec major, and so we're working with some points just lateral to the sternum. We're going for the belly of the muscle, and trigger points are points of exquisite pain that refer to other locations. And so what I'm doing right here is pressing in the belly of the muscle in here. I'm looking for places that can make the client feel like it's uncomfortable. So if you look at their face and they get that reaction, they get twitching, their eyes bulge out, they could grimace. You don't really look like you have much going on here.
There is a sensitive one.
And sometimes the points can radiate out to an area like the zone, or sometimes they'll go to a specific point, which would be like a secondary point. In this area, they're primarily radiating out to zones in the pec area. Okay, now if I come down to the abdominal area, right where Tracy is, we're going to go along her ASIS, along her iliac crest, and we're looking for the external oblique, and it's just medial to and in superior to the ASIS, and sometimes you'll get a radiation down along and right into this area right here. So when you press there, now if you press it on yourself, you might feel it. And
feel it straight through.
Straight through to the back. That happens too. Sometimes it can go right through. So is it radiating to this point at all?
No.
And then sometimes you can, oh, it's going across? That's interesting. And sometimes you'll get it. Anything on this side?
Ooh. I feel the
so
warming.
if the client feels warming, tingling, pulsation, heat, or if they say ooh, or they go or like that, these are all signs. Then when you're on the point, the secondary point, you'll stimulate the secondary point, then you'll stimulate the primary point, and usually you'll get an incredible release of pain and tension.
And would you start that process because someone came in and said, I have pain here, or
You
they
could.
have pain on their back?
Yes.
Okay.
So usually what you do is you experiment. When they talk about having exquisite pain, you'll look for trigger points, and you're looking for the belly. So if this is rectus abdominis, and we're looking for a strat muscle with tendinous intersections, you're looking for the bellies in here. Sometimes this will go right through to the other side of the body. So I'm going for the bellies of those little sections of rectus abdominis, and you press relatively hard. This modality is not particularly comfortable, so we don't recommend doing this for clients that are pregnant, clients in a lot of pain, or clients that are feeling sick. Because you massage this usually for about 8 to 15 seconds, and it can be very uncomfortable for the client.
But a client in a lot of pain would, I would think, want it.
Yes, if they want to come out of pain.
Okay.
It's great for people with fibromyalgia. Some of the other autoimmune disorders, it can be extremely helpful. It can take them out of pain. Sports injuries, people with frozen shoulders, people that can't move their bodies. You feeling that radiating anywhere?
More local, but
yes,
yeah.
But like a zone,
yeah,
right?
Circled around.
Okay. Okay, now we're gonna have you sit up, Trace, and we're gonna do some points in your face and your head. So face this way for me. Okay.
Oh, I'm on video.
Yeah, there you go. You look beautiful.
Would you like to sign a model release? It's in the office.
Okay, so for the sternocleidomastoid, whoops, sorry, doll, you have the two branches of the muscle coming down. You don't want to squish in because this is an endangerment site. You want to get the hands in and roll. This is a pincer compression. And you can roll it. You can also do a roll with a twist.
Yeah.
And listen or look at their expressions. Sometimes this is going to be going up to points behind the head, up on top of the head, even on the cheek and here, and sometimes points on the chin or under the chin. So if you're massaging their neck and they say, I feel it in my head or I feel it in my chin, they're probably getting a trigger point. Do you feel this anywhere? Going anywhere? This one? Where's it going to? Show me where it's going to.
It's not going. It's staying. It's
okay, so it's a local. It's a tendon point. So you can experiment. Usually, the secondary, I call it the secondary head, or the shorter portion of the sternocleidomastoid. Right here, this guy usually comes up behind the ear. Sometimes it'll come up over the eyebrow. So when you massage this is usually tight on almost anybody because we spend a lot of time driving it on computers. You feeling that radiating anywhere? I'm pressing pretty deep. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm pressing like an 8 out of 10 pressure here. How's that feeling?
This one travels
Okay,
well, but not
so I'm going to
very
go
far.
to the secondary point where it's traveling to, and I'm going to stimulate that pretty deeply. Most people can tolerate 8 to 15 seconds. Okay?
Okay.
And you, and then you're going to come back to this point. First of all, when I finish doing this, I'll ask you, do you still feel that there?
No.
Now I'll go back to the primary point, okay, and she just had a reaction to that. I'll try to back off just to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. Is that all right? It's uncomfortable, but is it tolerable?
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
Of course it is.
It's like a
Is
weird.
that
5,
trap?
and you can have the client count with you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Is
and
that
then
a
you
trap?
want to stretch it.
It's a trap or sternocleido, but trap.
No,
No,
right now she's stretching her trap, but
Wait, what's her trap? You were on her trap.
I was on her sternocleidomastoid
You were on her trap.
first, and then I was on her trap,
Okay.
and actually posterior scalene.
Okay.
They're right next to each other.
Mhm.
I was kind of moving back and forth in this whole area. And turn your head to the side and drop it forward. There's a stretch. There we go. Okay, now go ahead. Now I didn't check her range of motion beforehand, but if I check, she probably has greater range of motion. Turn your head over here. Turn your head over here. Turn your head forward. Does that feel better to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's a quick demonstration of trigger point release.